Nothing is happening. What the fuck? Okay, so we don't give a shit about that. Well, fuck this shit. We've got Stack Overflow already. That's actually quite smart. I don't like it. It is finally here. The day you've all been waiting for. Mazes. Let's go for it. Now just to remind everyone, in this game we have a field, a drone, and the drone has the ability to harvest all these crops, plant them, fertilize, water, do a bunch of shit. But for that to happen, we have to write a code, like this. It's a little shit, you know, I'll give you that, but it fucking works. Look at this. So the code I've written basically plans, all the necessary plans, whatever. Not what we are interested in today, because today we want to look at the mazes. This is a way we can earn gold, which is really necessary to unlock some very useful upgrades, like, yes, cactus. We are gonna need that. No idea what for, but I want it. Anyway, if I understand correctly, I'm just gonna create a new function here, and the way we create a maze is by planting a bush. So I'm just gonna clear this whole field. We have this spot, and I'm gonna plant entities.bush, and then I'm gonna have to fertilize it. Already got some fertilizer, so let's simply use item fertilizer on that bush. Run it and see what happens. Nothing is happening. What the fuck? Did I mess up? Okay, so two things. The fertilizer has to be used on a full-grown bush, idiot, and also it only has a 10% chance of working. Right, so I've rewritten it a little, so we plant the bush, wait until we can harvest it by doing a few flips, and once it's fully grown, we use the fertilizer. Let's see. Shit, it's a function. Let's see. Nope. Nope. And still waiting for it to be grown, and have you used the fertilizer? Yeah, nothing happens. Alright, so what then is supposed to happen is that the bush grows into a hedge. So let's say, while it's not a hedge, we're just gonna keep planting, waiting for it to grow, flipping, and using the fertilizer. So this on a loop. Then what I think is gonna happen is we're gonna have a hedge here, and we're gonna have to plant a few hedges, and then probably a treasure chest appears somewhere, you know, in the middle of the hedges we've planted. Don't know. So let's wait for this to happen. It's gonna be glorious. What the fuck? Alright! Well, I didn't expect this to happen, to be fair. Oh, shit. Honestly, I expected just to plant like 7 hedges here, have the drone sit here, and just collect this chest right there. Okay, so basically there's like a path towards the chest. Yep, like that. A few dead ends as well. Okay, great. So basically we're gonna have to find the path leading towards the chest. I want to know a few things. Number one, what happens once I take the chest? Like, does the maze reset, or does the chest just relocate, or what happens? I think I should probably read on it a bit. So get entity type is equal to treasure. Once it's over the treasure, hedge everywhere else. Okay. No loops in the maze. That's really good to know, because otherwise we'd be probably fucked. And you can check if there's a wall by trying to move through it. So the move function returns true if it succeeded and false otherwise. Hints. There are a few hints. Okay, 4 hints. Not taking the hints just yet. We'll see how I do. Extra challenge. Oh, you can fertilize the treasure, and then with a 10% probability, it's gonna increase the treasure's value. I see. Oh, and each time the treasure is relocated, a random wall may be removed from the maze. So reused mazes can contain loops. Alright, not gonna happen, cause that's insanely difficult to handle. Loops, so on, same maze. Okay, so we don't give a shit about that. Let's just try solving this. We're gonna call this function gold earner, and at this point we should have a maze ready. So actually, just to keep things clean, we're gonna have a maze maker, which contains, I'd say, all of this, and I have to define it as a function. Shit. Can I indent all of this? Yes, I can. How do we define a function again? Is it define make maze and like that, maybe? Can I call make maze? Yeah, I think that's fine. Not using snake case, sorry. It would be too difficult, you know. You know what, let's actually try it. Yeah, seems to be working. All right, so I've reset the maze basically. Now it's all the way over there. Okay, so the way this is gonna work, I think, is the same way as a search of a tree or a graph would. So basically all these cells are like individual nodes in a tree. I'm gonna say tree because that's the easiest example I can think of. Tree is basically a graph, but it doesn't have any loops, you know, shit like that. So basically for every spot, you want to run a search in every direction possible. You don't want to search in the direction of the walls, obviously. And since here it's not directional and we don't know which node is the parent node, which nodes are the child nodes, so what we can do is say, I'm going to you from this direction, so here from the south, so you should search in all directions except for the south, because that's where I've already been, and obviously don't go into the walls. So let's try doing that. And I think I'm gonna need a new function as well, because we're gonna use recursion. So basically that's a function that keeps calling itself. In other words, here I want to search in all directions. Let's start here. So I move here, and again I want to search in all directions. And for each of those directions I want to move there and search in all directions. So that's why recursion is the best when you want to search a space like this. I wanted to name this maze walker, but I think maze solver might be a little better. So I'm probably gonna again define a function, and I'd say that this function needs to know from which direction you came. So let's say direction from. What's your problem? Oh yeah, no statements. Well, wait a second, for fuck's sake. So I'll say we want to move in all 4 directions, and remember if we actually can move there, and if so, we're gonna call the recursive function on that. We have to have a switch or if statement for the direction from. So if direction from is, how do I say direction? Can I say just north, like that? So if it's north, so I came from the north to here, that means I don't want to go north anymore, right? So actually, only when it is not north can I actually go north. So in that case, I'd say move north. I will store this in a variable, so can move equals move north. So you try moving north, and if there was a, you know, you can see it right here, returns true. So if the drone was moved, there's no wall, so we can move, in which case I want to call the recursive function. So, oh, and indentations, obviously. A recursive function, so that's going to be solve, and I just moved from the south, right? Because I moved north, obviously from the south. So from here, we move north, explore everywhere, and then we're going to have to move back south again, so that from here we can explore the other directions as well. So move south. There we go. I think that's fine. Then if the direction from is not south, we basically do the same thing, except that we move south, solve. What? Did I move north? Why are we solving south? Huh? I think I might want to actually do this bit, solve and move, later. And now we just need to figure out whether we can move. But that would mean we've already moved. Ah, shit. I'm an idiot anyway, because the way you write recursion is that first you have like an if statement which is gonna kill it. So let's say if get entity type equals entities, no, not entity type, get, what was it again? Yeah, entity type, alright. Get entity type equals entities dot treasure. We're over the treasure, so let's harvest it. But not just yet, I want to do some debugging, so let's do a flip and, you know, kill the program, return, whatever. Do not propagate any further. Oh, I'm an idiot, sorry. So this is correct, but I was like, okay, solve south, and usually it's, I expect it to be the direction in which we're supposed to go. but I stupidly said direction from. So I move north, I came to you from the south, so solve it, and then move back. So this is fine, but obviously only solve and move if you can move, right? So try moving north, and if you can move north, solve the maze in that new spot, and don't go in the south. So this direction is the direction you came from, and then move back. So here, if it's not south, you move south, you solve north, because you came from the north, so call the solve function, we came from the north, and then you want to move back north, but obviously only do that if you actually can move. Like that. Great. Now I'm gonna do something silly and simply copy paste this twice. So direction from is not east, we move that way, and then we came from the west and we need to return to the west, and if we came from west or didn't come from the west, we move west, solve from the east, and then move back east. I think this is fine. I like it. Now here we make maze, and then we need to call this solve function. So I would say simply do a similar thing to this. So we want to solve in the northern direction, and then, or from the northern direction, I'd say, and then move north, and do this for all the directions. So this should find the treasure, do a flip, and then maybe do some more searching. I'm gonna collapse this for a second, just so we can see better. And you know what? Let's try it. I'm just a little scared, but fuck that. You know, let's just give it a shot. Does this work? So first we have to make the maze, waiting for this to grow, and there... Oh, and there it was. A bit too fast, but it found the fucking treasure and did a flip. Yes! So I'd say it's basically working, right? Can we harvest it? Should we? Shall we? I think this is not the best solution, but it took only like 20 minutes, so that's not bad. So instead of doing a flip, we're gonna harvest. And let's run it again. Oh, and this is gonna take ages. Right. So... whatever. There we are. This branch is a dead end. This branch, yeah, found it. What the shit? Okay. So it disappears once harvested. Good to know. And we've got 81 gold. That's because this grid is a 9 by 9, which yields 81 gold. And as for some useful unlocks, we need nothing. Pumpkins, no. Dictionaries. Oh, companions. Wow. Could use that. Issue for another time. But for dictionaries, we need 2,000, 5,000, 1,000. And we can increase the yield of the chests. Let's do it. So that just costs some pumpkins. That's it, max level, 500% yield. And now to optimize this at least a little. So we make a maze like this. I don't mind taking a while for the bush thingy to grow. So instead of flipping over the bush, I'm just gonna fertilize it. There, should be faster. We start in a corner of a maze and try solving in all these directions. So the thing is, we first say we came from the north. So here it's gonna trigger all these 3 branches. Why did I move north? Isn't it a bit stupid? So I just remove the moves and let's try and see whether this works. Still, yeah, harvest it. I'd say it's fine. So that was an error on my part. So we run the search in every direction, and then I believe we should be back at the start. So one direction, back to start, second direction, back to start, and so on. And at some point, we find a treasure, which we harvest. Then I would like to kill this search. You know, don't continue the search. So I would like this function to return like true, yes, continue the search, false, you know, stop it, we found the treasure, or, you know, the other way around, doesn't matter. I don't know how to make a function return something. Functions, introduction, definitions, return values, there we go. What? Wait, what the fuck? So you don't say what value it returns, or if it even returns a value? Well, fuck this shit. Okay, so here I'm gonna say return true, because we found the treasure. And whenever we call the solve function, like here, we have to know whether we found the treasure. So if we find it, return true. Otherwise, we're at the end of the function and we return false. Here we're gonna say treasure found equals false. And here we need to assign the value. So treasure found equals solve every time. And if we have already found the treasure, there's no point in searching in the other directions. So if direction from is not north and not treasure found. So this I'm gonna put everywhere. Might not work. I dislike this solution, but whatever, you know, we're trying so far. And we probably want to do something similar here. For now, I just want to know whether this works at least. So that was one direction. We found it and we are stuck. We've got Stack Overflow already. Too many recursive function calls. Honestly, if you've ever written recursion, you have seen this message. Stack Overflow is a must. Now, what the fuck happened? I hate to say it, but I could probably use the debugging tools. So, solve north, and it's not getting... It got solved. Shit. I see that we are always starting in this position, so perhaps it's useless to solve from the other directions, right? Because we are never going from the north. Oh, you know what? I want to solve in every direction when I start. Can I just call the solve function and not put anything there? Or, you know, this is Python, so could I say solve and do like entities.carrots? So basically, solve, and the direction we're going from is carrots. And now this code is gonna say, okay, direction from is carrots. Is it north? No, so do this. Is this gonna work? Let me see. Oh! It's working. Yes! Holy shit, it worked. Okay, so obviously, gold earner, we have to make a maze and then solve in the direction of carrots. Oh god. Well, anyway, at some point, we, harvest the treasure. So here, we want to say, while true, you make a maze, you solve the maze, and you repeat. Now, the problem is that this is not terminating correctly. Normally, I'd say it's because the treasure found, variable does not propagate inside these solve methods. But we started as treasure not found, so we currently haven't found it. So this always happens. And then we try solving this direction. And if we have solved it, we just return back and we no longer trigger these bits. So that should work, shouldn't it? Oh, I'm returning false. I should return treasure found, right? No? Yes. Yes, that must be it. So let's try again. Solve the maze. Yeah, not that direction. Just come back to the start. Yeah, you've got it. And you fucked up. Stack Overflow, obviously. Shit. I simply have a stupid bug somewhere in this code and I just can't find it, But my thinking is that we go this direction and we might find the treasure there. If we have found the treasure, we no longer go the other directions, right? Simple as that. And since we return the treasure found boolean, so if we found the treasure here, we're gonna return the value here, which means the caller of this function is gonna know we found the treasure. So I no longer want to do these things. So unless there's an infinite loop somewhere, this should be correct. So as I said before, normally you would take this and pass it as a additional parameter to these solve functions. But honestly, we can just say, if already found, don't even attempt to, call these. It's weird that it doesn't really work. I'm gonna have to examine it a bit further, but I see we've got 3,000 gold, so let's... Okay, that's not enough. Do I want to use dictionaries for mazes? Should I just upgrade these sunflowers? That's a waste, because I'm not using them anyway. I think I've got it now. So basically, this is the if statement it always gets stuck in once the maze is solved. And we always initialize it as treasure found equals false. So we always have to first call this solve function before we, have the value. So I'd say also pass the treasure found. So don't initialize it, but pass it instead. Treasure found. So here we say south and treasure found, north and treasure found, west treasure found, and obviously east treasure found. When calling this, we say false because we haven't found the treasure just yet, which means we shouldn't even go in the northern or from the northern direction here. Now, does this work? Let's see. So fertilize the maze, fertilize the thingy a bunch, and we're out of fertilizer. Fuck me. Right, so sorry about that. So I'm just gonna buy some fertilizer here. And let's try again. Got the maze, solving the maze. We have to go back to this spot, and then, yeah, we've got it. And it's fucking stuck again. Ah, shit. Okay, I paused it at this spot. It's gonna take ages to actually get there, because now it's going north. And again, calling these solves, it can't move anywhere, so it moves back south. Now it should go in the... Yeah, move south, there we go. Now we should go east, there, yes, this triggers. Then south, I'll see you in a bit, it's gonna be a lot of clicks. Fucking need the debugging tools, but I'll be damned if I ever buy that. So now we're here, we came from the north, so this part got skipped. We can't move south, because there's a hedge, so this got skipped. And now we're gonna go east. So that's towards the treasure. Move east, and the treasure was not found yet. So we move over the treasure, and we're gonna solve. So we finally have a treasure, we harvest it, we return true, then we move back to the original spot, and now this should not get triggered because treasure was found, not treasure found. Yeah, great. So it got skipped and we return treasure found. So that's this treasure found, right? That's the step before. Yes, move back north. Treasure was found. So what? Are you taking the piss? Oh, fucking shit! Is it because of the indentation? Is it because of the fucking indentation here? Look at this shit. I'm so pissed off right now. Define the fucking function. Everything is indented except for the fucking return statement. Let's try again if this works. Oh, come on. I mean, this is just stupid. And it fucking works. I mean, I've never been so pissed before. I have, obviously, not like this. Shit. I hate this language so much. Well, you know what? I'm at least happy that I figured it out. But boy, this is just utter bullshit. It's nice to look at this, job well done. But fuck me. So basically, in the standard sense of a bug, there was no bug. The algorithm was correct. That's like having a typo and saying it's a bug. The algorithm is fucking correct. The code works. It's just a fucking... it's not even a typo. The indentation, spaces, fucking... Oh, shit. At least the while loop now works. We're happy. We're not happy. Some of us are. Maze maker. Oh, stuff. It works. Oh, God. So, guys, anyway, you were right. Mazes are indeed the most complicated things this game has to offer. They are complicated, but for different reasons than you originally thought. Shit. Well, this was painful. What's up next? If this is gonna be shit, should I unlock it? Just so we know, cacti can be grown on soil from cactus seeds. So far, so good. They have an odd sense of community. I don't give a shit. When you harvest a cactus, all cacti in the field are harvested. The number of cactus items dropped per cactus is equal to the world size as returned by get world size. Sure, why not? Only drops cactus items when harvested if it's in sorted order. If it's in sorted order, are you taking the piss? If there is smaller or equal cactus to the south and to the west, and larger or equal to the north and to the east. What? Oh, fuck off. No, 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 no. No, no, no. I refuse. What I'm actually interested in is the mazes, and I want to see the hints. I want to see the hints. So, let's see. Oh shit, sorry. Hope you didn't see that. But unless you want hints, you know what? You don't actually care anymore, right? Because I've already solved the fucking puzzle. Anyway, hints. So general approach, create a maze. Imagine that you are the drone. Oh, that's a good idea. What a shit hint. Write down. Okay, that's just general tips for coding. Hint number 2 for mazes without cycles. All the walls are really one large connected wall. If you follow it, it will lead you through the whole maze. I see. That's true. That's an interesting approach. Hint number 3. May be useful to keep track of the direction the drone is facing. Yeah, like I said. So on. Directions, indexes. That's actually quite smart. I don't like it. And yeah, obviously you can do it less efficiently. There's a small chance the treasure appears under the drone. Like 1 in 81, right? If you have the same size farm as I do. And you could technically like hard code the steps once you see the maze. But otherwise, this is the way to go. So guys, this was my take on solving the mazes. It was quite difficult, but generally it's the same as finding a path in any graph, or a tree for that matter. I suppose one day we might want to try looking into the mazes with loops. My guess on how to approach this would be to, have like an array of coordinates and remember all the spots we've already been to. And once we start exploring from a spot we've already visited, we just skip that altogether and return. I think that would be the way to handle loops. I think I've actually figured it out. Maybe. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I think there's still a lot to explore before we actually get to that point. Not sure it's even worth it, because it doesn't do much, really, does it? But it would save us some fertilizer, and as you see, we're already running out. So leave your thoughts in the comments, and please don't, be too harsh on my roughly written code.